Oh, hello. I was just looking at this picture of meat right here. Doesn't it look delicious? I think so. But today, we're going to make a book. Another simple no-so. Wait, what's this? More meat. Yum. Today, we're going to make a flag book. Ooh, doesn't that look interesting? It's simple and at the same time only remotely complicated. But let's see what we have in store. For this particular book, and you can use any size piece of paper, I'm going to use just a simple 8.5 by 11 to show you the basic structure on this. And I've also cut out some pages for our flags, and I'll tell you those sizes in a little bit. But first of all, you want to fold your page in half. And I have my trusty bone folder today. So go ahead and fold it in half like that. And unfortunately, we're going to have to measure now. We want to create about 3 accordion folds in the center of this book, and I'll show you a simple way to do that. At one end of your page, or at both ends of your pages, I guess you should do, measure out 3 inches. Make 3 marks here, and then on the same side over here, on the opposite side, I guess I should say. 1, 2, 3. All right. From there, we're going to fold to that first mark, line it up, and bone fold, I guess I should say. Then come back and go to the next inch mark and do another fold. And this is keeping all of our accordion folds to the center. And I think in most cases the dimension on the accordion fold will be a 1/2 inch. Seems like it goes, it splits the difference on whatever your measurement is up here, so that may not be important. So I'm going to flip it over, do the other side. And also today in this episode, you'll need your bone folder, paper, a knife, your measuring device, and your glue stick. So, get our lovely folds here. So when you get that done, go ahead and find your center again, and then pop your center peak like that. And then start creating your accordion. Makes it a little bit easier when you have all these folds here to reverse out the folds. See, we're starting to build those peaks there. There. And you know, take your time. It may not be perfect the first time, but you can always kind of practice on your folds there. So when we're done, we'll have something that looks like this. Doesn't that look lovely? All right, so now I pre-cut these flags here. For 3 of these peaks, we'll need 9 flags. And I cut these, I don't know, 2.5 inches wide. So they'll kind of fit like this. You want to leave a space in between. You can make them a little bit wider if you want. but much like the other flag book, you want them to be able to kind of pop in and out independently and not get hung up on each other. So these are 2.5, so that gives us plenty of space in between there. So now we're going to glue these up, and I'd say just glue them the best way you can. Always like to keep a spare piece of paper handy when I glue, so I don't make a big mess on everything. So I'll take the smallest portion of the flag, put some glue on there, and line it up into the fold. Get me another one. And probably no more than a 1/2 inch up, because that's how big these ridges are here. And go ahead and mount this one into the far end. Go ahead and push that down so the glue sticks. There. So I have that. Try not to get extraneous glue on there. And for the middle one, we want to do that a little different. We want to put on the opposite side of the peak there. So get your glue in there like that, and then you can center it up, offset it, whatever, as long as it doesn't touch. So we want to do that, and then consequently we'll do the next pages, and I'm going to go ahead and glue those up, and we'll be back. Five years later, I've gotten all these glued into place here. As you can see, one important thing to remember is, as you're gluing them in, just go ahead and line them up with the previous one. Everything on the top and the bottom will be on one side, and usually the center flag is on the opposite side of the peak and valley system. You can see kind of like that. Maybe you couldn't, but so 2 on this side, 1 on that side, and you can be a little tidier with your glue, tidier than I am, but you can always rub that off of there when you get done. So there we have our flag book, and I always like to leave these ends on here to kind of help dictate what the cover might be. So in this case, you can make your cover out of anything. I just happen to have this catalog that I found in the trash here, so what I'm going to do is just take a couple of pages out just to make our cover. So what I like to do is just kind of tuck it into the center there. Oops, use the straight edge into the center. Tuck that in there like that, and then just fold it over. And that'll kind of dictate what the cover is. So just fold that, and then put you a little bit of glue, maybe on this inside cover. I guess it helps if I can have better glue. Sometimes it's best to get that kind of glue that changes color so you can see where you've applied it. So pop that in there like that, and then just fold it over. It doesn't matter if it goes off the ends there, we'll trim that later. So we'll just close this side up. You can be as generous as you need to be. Make sure you get the back end, and at least the middle. Then fold it over like that. And you can use your bone folder if you want to get it down a little bit tighter. So, and then you can take your straight edge and your razor knife. Again, ask an adult if you're unsure and need help. And then just line it up and just, it helps if it's sharp, as always. Just trim that portion off. And same for the other. And like I said, you don't have to use some magazine or whatever, but if you just kind of want to get a feel for it, to do a dummy one, it adds to some lovely color. I guess I didn't get that one on there enough, but what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put the back cover on, and I'll come back and visit with you. Oh, hey, you're back. I was just tidying up. I went ahead and attached my cover and trimmed it up on here. Look at this. Delicious corn. Who doesn't love hot dogs? Kids love them. So here we have our book. You'll probably note that some of the flags are sticking out on top. So me being the consummate craftsman, to remedy that, I'm just going to trim those off. So I'm just going to line up one side of the cover and just trim the tops of those flags off. If you want to be a little more precise, you can certainly do that too. Or you can make your cover a little bit larger where it hangs over the end of the book. But however you want to fix that. So here we have the flag book. One of the things that I've done in the past, I'll put like different drawings here to correspond to something or a story, and then on the back side have something different, or like pictures, photographs on one side and some sort of abstraction on the other. But it looks like it's stuck, so make sure it doesn't stick together. So this book, and you can put as many pages in it as you'd like, but it's just kind of a frenetic book, kind of a fun book to do and dazzle your friends, enemies, and family. Thank you.